At Thorne Ambulance Service, we believe that our organization's success is directly proportionate to the compassion and competence exhibited by our EMTs and paramedics. We further believe that customers are earned not by a creative marketing strategy, but through a consistent delivery of better than expected service. While the leadership team may produce the contracts that allow for organizational growth, those opportunities belong 100% to the people who are out there doing the job. We want to share the stories of our providers with you. As we seek exceptional team members to join our growing family of providers, it is our hope that these stories will help you make the decision to join our team. Thank you and enjoy. All right, so this week we are here with Tom. Tom is a communications specialist with Thorne Ambulance Service out of our Greenville office. So Tom, thanks for joining us today.
No problem.
All right, so I've got a couple of questions for you, and here's the first one. Tell me a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you got into the field of EMS.
All right. So about myself, I moved to South Carolina from Pennsylvania about a year and a couple months ago. I moved down here for my family in the better weather, no more snow. I've been in EMS and fire for about 7 years now. I got into EMS about 4 years ago when I applied for a communication spot just off the street from the fire department, no experience, and the company that I started with trained me and everything, and I'm still here 4 years later, but now in South Carolina with Thorne Ambulance.
Great. So the next question I've got is, out of all of the ambulance services that were hiring in this area when you moved to South Carolina, what was it that led you to Thorne Ambulance Service, and what is it that keeps you here?
So when I started looking for jobs in South Carolina, when I decided to move, I looked for family-owned small ambulance companies because that's what I'm used to. And I looked up Thorne, I did research, and I figured this was the best fit for me.
Okay. All right. And what do you like most about your job?
So what I like most about it is when you have an issue, you always have somebody to go to. There's no middle management. I worked for non-private ambulance companies, and we had offices that were 4 hours away with management, and it would take a week to get a reply. But here, you send an email, you call somebody, and they reply back in 10 minutes. That's one of my favorite parts about working here.
Okay. So now on the other end of the spectrum, Tom, what would you say you like least about your job?
So I'd say what I like least about it isn't Thorne, but it would be EMS in general, is how unpredictable everything is. You could come in one day and you could be slow. You could come in the next day and it's busy, and you just never know from day to day what it's going to be, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just unpredictable every day. You never know what you're going to get into.
Right. I absolutely agree with you on that. And the last question I have for you is, what message would you have to share with somebody considering a job at Thorne Ambulance Service?
I would send this message to anybody that gets an emergency services: is always come in the day and start with a positive attitude, so you can end the day with a positive attitude. I always say, because one horrible mood can ruin multiple people's day, including your patients.
Absolutely. No, I couldn't agree more. Well, Tom, that's it. That was the questions I want to ask you here this morning. Really appreciate you taking some time out of your busy day to do this, and really appreciate your participation and everything you do for the team.
No problem. Thank you.